aquí de nuevo en el vampiro. Voy a seguir por donde lo guardé, ¿ya? A ver, ¿cómo que opciones? Gatito, ¿dónde está mi gato? Gato chiquitito, gato más bonito, gato chiquitito, tú eres chico y muy hermoso, tienes cara de pollo y cabeza de pollo. Tú tienes cara de pollo y muy poca cara de pollo. ¿Qué tipo de pollo serás? Ahora hay que adivinar. Pam, tam, bara, bam, baram, bam, 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 bara, bam, bam, bam. Dan, 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 dan. Pollo turturú, pollo tararala. Chuyo, tú serás torota. ¿Dónde mierda estoy? Ya. Apenas estoy entrando en el juego y ya escucho que me van a pegar un balazo. Qué bonito. Hay uno abajo. De una ratita. Sangre. Con permisos, damas y señores. Armas. Creo que mejor me voy a ponerme la otra arma. Voy a ponerme alguna habilidad para destrozarlos. Oye, tengo más cara de vampiro. Necesito algo de sangre. Lanza de sangre. Tengo que utilizar demasiado poder. Realiza un movimiento. Prefiero hacerme invisible, para serte sincero. Aún me falta para mi habilidad. Ya voy a tener que chuparme la sangre de unos cuantos humanos. ¿Por qué tengo las caras así como...? Da igual, ninguno saldrá vivo. Quizás le gane. Así seguiré un poquito más. Grita todo lo que queráis y no me vaya a hacerme nada. Quiero tu sangre. Primero lo primero. Primero lo primero, quiero tu puta sangre. Ahora sí, tu sangre es mía. Hacer que el reclutamiento de nuevos muchachos. Debe haber encontrado un nuevo Albi. Es una de las personas más estúpidas que he conocido. Pero es rudo. Le pedí que me demostrara que podía conseguir drogas para el mercado negro. Y cumplió de manera rápida y eficaz. La próxima vez que nos reunamos le diré que lo aceptamos como muchacho de las botas mojadas. Y que ahora debe de conocer los jefes para decir órdenes. Mira, qué bueno crack, pero no me importa ni una mierda. Quiero chupar sangre nomás. Esto ya no. Esto ya son un nivel más allá del mío. Tendré que matar a más humanos para tener más sangre. Ya me gusta esta arma. Es rápida y eficaz. Ah. Hola, ¿tú cómo estás?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
A este lo escuché que quería hablar con su hija.
Third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Preguntas personales, señor. Su vida en Londres, señor. Cuénteme usted.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Esos gritos. A ver, soy buena persona y lo dejo vivir. A liberar. Mira, señor, te pude haberte cortado todo el cuello, pero no lo quise. Pero eso sí, necesito sangre humana rápido.
I will not let you down, my...
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
En realidad no, ni sabía que tenía cirugía, para ser sincero.
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
I'm all right. Considering the state of this place, I should consider myself
Podría ir a
lucky,
visitar a su
I
familia
guess.
para ver si tienen sangre, ¿eh? Acerca de este hospital.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
Ya.
I often had
Doctores no
professional
matar, a
arguments
menos
with
que me
rivals
traten
on
mal.
the building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Goodbye for now, Mr. Fitz.
Gracias, señor.
I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
I'm so tired. Will
this shift never ends.
A ver.
Time with me.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Quiero a alguien que tenga una sangre saludable, pero no quiero ser mala persona. Este tipo se ve que...
Good evening, sir.
A ver.
Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
A ver. Parece que mataré a esa señora. No me cae bien.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
A ver, buena.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
¿En serio nadie se da cuenta que tengo los ojos de vampiro?
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal?
Esta pregunta ya se la
What do you
hice.
require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Para ser una enferma mental tiene mucha fuerza mental. Digo, mucha fuerza.
Tell me,
emocional.
Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
O sea,
Do you
aquí todos
plan to
están
make
enfermos
him a
mental.
vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Ya ver. Ya tendré que ir así de débil para allá. De lo único que me queda. Si quiero sobrevivir tendré que matarlos a todos. Tipo aquí no está porque lo mato. Sangre. ¿Qué me dio? ¡Uy, qué eres puto, cabrón! ¡No! ¡No! ¡Maldito! ¡No! ¡No! Eso me sorprendió, hay que decirlo. No sabía que estos tipos tenían una cuchilla en la mano. Tendré que matar a gente. Tendré que matar a gente para volverme más fuerte. No pensaba que llegaría a este extremo, pero... es algo que estoy dispuesto a hacer. Porque estos hueones me están sacando la remil mierda. Porque quiero ser buena persona, pero no quiero que... no quiero matar a gente. Y si no mato a gente no me vuelvo fuerte. Imagínate si no hubiera matado al tipo de ese rato. Sería más débil. Gatito. Vaya gatito precioso. Ah, perdón. Yo tendría que matar a unos cuantos de ustedes. La pregunta es, ¿a quién?
I wonder why the Goslicks came here in the first place.
Daily routine.
Time has lost its effect on me.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Tenía una rica sangre, señor. Pero es difícil de matar.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Adiós.
We'll talk again later.
A ver. A ver. Ya, a ver, ahora que me acuerdo, el tipo de ese, el negro, contrabandía más armas. Quizás si le pido alguna arma. ¿Sabe qué?
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. You don't have to bear the burdens of this hospital alone.
Ya voy a matar a ese enfermo. Tampoco creo que la gente le importe tanto un tipo así. No lo estoy haciendo de egoísta, estoy haciendo de buena persona.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Eres mío.
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
Perdón. Yo te tendré que matar. ¿Verdad? No sé si matarlo. Ya. No. ¿Qué hago? ¿Soy buena persona o no? Beta, dime si lo mato o no. Es que no sé. Tampoco creo que a la gente le importe tanto. Ya lo mato.
So this is how it ends. Farewell, my life, you betrayed me, good.
A ver si parezco un poco más normal.
Not now. Please come back later. I'm busy right now. Not now.
Alguien arriba. Ya ves, cada noche las consecuencias de tus acciones pueden mejorar o deteriorar el distrito, estado de salud. También puedes deteriorarse debido a la diseminación de las enfermedades entre los ciudadanos. A ver, ninguna consideración por otros seres. Cuando lo maté. Qué bonito, el ciclo de la vida. Vives tu vida y viene un vampiro y te mata. Yo ahora me siento más capaz para matar.
Until my research is complete. I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. What about my thirst for blood?
Hola, ¿qué es aquí?
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry, there's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
¿Qué hago? Vuelvo. ¿No te venía a acostar conmigo antes de ese rato? Y me pegas. Ya en 40 minutos. Ya. Ya volví. Ya, a la morgue antigua. Ay, mierda, queda eso. Conche tú. Ponte no mames, cabrón. Error.